You ever hear a story that just doesn't add up? You know, the kind of real-life event that seems to slip through the cracks of what we consider normal, leaving us with a puzzle that has no easy solution. Well, today, we're going to open up the case files on a few of the absolute strangest ones out there.
You know, one source described this kind of thing perfectly. It said, "This is the place where facts meet folklore and sanity takes a coffee break." And that is exactly where we're heading. Right into that gray area where reality gets a little blurry.
So what really happens when a story just falls through the cracks? We're about to find out. We've got 3 case files for us to dig into. There's a village that literally vanished, a soldier who somehow teleported clear across an ocean, and a chicken that, well, let's just say it defied all expectations. Each one is going to make you question what's actually possible. All right, our first case file. For this one, I want you to picture the huge frozen wilderness of northern Canada. The year is 1930, and we're about to walk right into one of the most chilling and lasting mysteries ever recorded, the story of Lake Anjikuni. So you've got this guy, an experienced trapper named Joe LaBelle. He knows this land. He knows the people. He's heading to a small Inuit village he's visited before, probably expecting a warm welcome and a chance to trade. But what he found was something else entirely.
Just try to put yourself in his shoes for a second. Instead of the usual sounds of life, people talking, dogs barking, he gets hit with this wall of absolute dead silence. And yet, the place wasn't abandoned. Not really. Fires were still going. There was a pot of stew, still warm, just left over the embers. And then came the most disturbing part. He checks the village burial ground, and the graves had been dug up. They were all empty.
And this is where the story goes from just being strange to being completely impossible. There were no footprints leading away from the village. None. No signs of a fight, no struggle. But here's the real kicker. Their rifles were still inside their huts, just leaning against the walls. For an Inuit hunter back then, their rifle was everything. You just would not leave it behind. Ever. It's like they didn't just leave. They just vanished. So what in the world happened? Of course, the theories range from the totally out there, like alien abduction, to the more down-to-earth idea that maybe it was all just a hyped-up newspaper story. But here's the detail that gives me chills. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the Mounties, they actually opened a file on it. They investigated. They confirmed something deeply strange went down out there. And that file? It's never been closed. Okay, so we just talked about an entire village that disappeared into thin air. Now let's flip that on its head.